gone with the online that are still putting it up there. And we've seen graduations of different universities taking part as well. Now, with my guest still from Nexus University, they are a virtual-based university. Dr. Abdallah, let me start with you here. I want us take us through, or take the viewer through, the procedure normally of the when it's examination time. That is where the highest crisis comes from there, in terms of examination and fees, tuition. Someone who hasn't paid does not sit for an examination. Now I'm looking at an incident of online lectures. Someone may think, it is online, I can just open the link, I'm good to go.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Sonko. Our system is that we have got what we call a platform, an online platform, basically designed to manage all the activities that you go through as you join, right from admission, application, because you apply, we admit you online, and you conduct classes online. Even the payments are made online by online means. So during exams, what happens is that we do have checks and balances, of course, just like a normal university operating in a physical environment. Students will not be allowed to go and do exams without clearing the dues. So our online platform, even the physical, by the way, the universities that are still running physical programs, they do have systems that they use to check that the student has paid and so on. So for us, it comes automatically that within our system, these checks are already embedded in. A student does not have to travel to our accounts office to check his balance or so. It all comes within his account. That once you log into our online platform, first of all, you are going to find all your class notes. All the courses you are registered for are going to be found in there. All your accounts record, your fees payments are going to be found in there. So it is going to reflect how much you are going to be paying, how much you have paid, and what the balance is. And we have got automatic reminders, automated reminders, that at given points in your study, maybe after every month and so on, we send you a reminder of what is due. Of course, for those who have cleared, these reminders will not come. So at examination time, we expect that we have cleared the balance 0. So this is going to come automatically, that when we are now selecting people who are going to be doing the exams, your account automatically is going to reflect that this student has already cleared the dues and so is due for the. Don't do that way. When we administer an exam, it will filter out, it will only come to those people who will be able to, who will have been able to clear the dues. Because if you have not paid and you have not cleared the dues, your account is not going to open. You will not be, your login is going to be blocked until you are going to have cleared the balance.
So when you clear it is you can still get.
Once you have cleared, your account opens and you can be able to do.
Even when the examination period is done.
Of course, just like any other kind of program, so we have got schedules that within this examination period. So if you have cleared after the examination period has gone. So there you have to make sure that you clear before the examination. Because this is end of semester exams. We can't administer exams when semester has already gone. The examination period has already gone. So just like you miss an exam in the physical setting, it's the same way you're going to miss an exam when it has been administered online. However, we have got remedies for those people. Maybe they will ask for supplementary exams within our curricula. We have that provision that you can be able to, or you can defer towards exams. You can notify us that I'm not being able to pay these fees, but I'm deferring to the next semester when this, of course, is going to be offered. That is acceptable.
But let's talk about the employment sector in Uganda today. Do you feel these bosses are willing to employ someone who has done an online, let's say an online degree or a diploma? Because we've seen most of the universities overseas are doing this and the jobs are already there. But do you think our employment sector is willing to accept that?
Yes. Currently, if you asked me that question before, it was hard. It's actually a discussion and a debate I was having with my colleagues. It was hard before. You come, boss, it was hard because they were a bit skeptical about online education. But with the trends that we are in, universities, the government itself is telling universities, you must at least now have an online bit. Students should at least study a bit of online and maybe a bit of a physical setting. Now, considering that, of course, employers should be willing to accept students that are already doing online education or having online degrees. Besides that, our students that have left us, postgraduate students, because we haven't graduated any undergraduate students, but we have graduate postgraduate students before, and they have been doing online. Over 80% of our students are able to get or acquire jobs, promotions, and all that. So, yes, to answer your question, it is very much possible. Employers are embracing this. Employers now want people with practical skills, people that have the competence to do what is there. And this is what we train at Nexus International University.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't know whether these questions I'm actually throwing them to the right persons. Now let me go to Dr. Abdallah.
Yes, please.
Let's talk internship.
Yes.
How is this internship? Because I'm trying to look at the standard of operating. How is the internship done in terms of the online platforms of education?
By the way, it's not online internship because we encourage our students, the class assignments you are giving them, because internship is about getting the skills, the physical skills.
In the field.
In the field. Yes, here we have a student who is already in the field, doing what he's doing, and is studying. So the class assignment I'm giving him is what he's actually doing. Okay. So actually, for our online class, that's how we have designed them. We want you to be in class for 2-3 hours, a maximum in a week, a maximum of maybe 10 hours. And the other hours you are in the field doing what you are doing. So the internship is actually the class assignments that we are giving you. So at the end of it all, we find that our model of operation is more valuable as compared to students who do only 3 months of internship or 6 weeks of internship. And then they come back to university and they are at university. But ours, you are in the field, you are doing internship already, and that's how we are doing it.
Like Muganda would say, "Banaba Nexus, but we got speed, but try up here, Zoom level you." Anyway, let's talk about the business there now. See, one of the bigger challenges that has been here for the last 2 years because of COVID, most of the school owners are crying out to the government saying that they're having lots of loans to settle because the students are not attending classes anymore. They've been making the money out of here. But if according to you, if you look at the situation, how have you managed, let's say for the last 10 years, you've been here for 10 years. Let's not put it in a situation of COVID, because I guess for you, it's like COVID has been there for 10 years. I want to see, how has it been there for you? How has the money been coming through, like from the parents and the students, or you've had to bear with most of them?
I answer that?
I don't know.
All right.
This time I failed to ask.
I will answer that. Well, because still we are saying that our mode of conducting or offering these services is very flexible. Okay, that we are saying that much as you have got this kind of courses you are going to be taking, but actually the postgraduate programs that we have been running are run on a modular basis, meaning that you pay per module what you are taking.
Okay.
If in a term I'm going to be doing 3 modules and I can only manage to pay for 1 module, that's acceptable. You pay for that 1 module and do that. So our model of the business that we have been able to get over the 10 years is that we have been running modular programs. And the modules that you can afford is what you are paying for. If you can, in a term you can offer a maximum of 3 modules or a minimum of 1 module. So students have been able to manage, because we are giving them ample time to go and work, and after they have finished work, they can be able to join classes. So we haven't had a lot of challenges in students paying for their education, because they are working. And this is actually what we want. We don't want to keep the student at campus. You have a lecture, 8 to 9.
Not even 8 to 9, it's around 8 to 9, it is 8 to 10,
2 hours only, and then you come and stay on campus the whole hours. What are you doing on campus? We are saying that stay where you are, go and work, do our lecture. Even if you are at work, you can have a lecture for 1 hour and a lunch break and 1 hour, do your lecture, then go back and work. So we want you to get your education at the same time as you are working, such that you can be able to pay for the education as well as continue with your work.
Okay, now this question is going to the both of you, but I'll start from Bertrand. What do you think should be done to see that our sector turns to the online, because I think it is more flexible?
One, it will start with our government, the governing body. Government should encourage more like what it's doing. Universities to adopt the online bit of it. It's already happening. We should improve on our internet connectivity. The other thing is, I wouldn't want to say this, but make it easy for people to acquire technology through reduced taxes and all of that. But make it easy for people to acquire technology and access internet. If it's very easy, our internet providers and our telecom companies are starting to spike this a bit up. But if internet costs can be reduced, it's very easy for students to study from wherever you are. Those are some of the recommendations that I have.
In addition, I commend the government for the policies they have put in place, encouraging online education. At least they have gone a step further to encourage all institutions to join online education. Now it's about the mindset of our students, our parents, our communities, that actually it's not about staying physically in a university hall that you can't be able to study. Because even if you don't have a job to do, you can have work that you can help with your parents at home. So you conduct your class and help your parents or your guardians at home. So it is the mindset that needs to be changed now. That really, once we can be able to change our mindset, online education is the key, given the benefits that we have on online education.
So this goes to government, parents, a lot more and a lot. Which platforms are normally used for these classes, by the way? That's something they didn't ask.
We have the commonest, which is Zoom.
Okay.
Of course, we do get the paid version. Once you have the paid version, you're able to run for an unlimited period of time. The free version, you have, I think, for up to 45 minutes and puts you off. But with the paid version, it's unlimited, and this is integrated with our online learning platform. So it's mainly Zoom that we use for the live classes, and then Akili for the other activities.
Okay.
For the student. Then we as well have an open access library, an online library, having millions and millions of books. A student just has to log in there and will access any books that they need at any given time. Yeah.
Okay. Dr. Abdallah, don't you think, okay, the other challenge also with online, don't you think is it easier to cheat if someone activates the cheat code in for the exams? How do you safeguard the exams?
This is where most people dispute online education. They say that the exams are being cheated and so on.
That is why most of them say
we have a mechanism that we have designed. You know, IT or information technology has grown over time. It is completely changing everything. So what we have on exam is that our exam system is such that once you log into the exam, of course the exam comes with the settings.
Okay.
We know that you are going to be sitting in front of your computer to do the exam, or on your phone to do the exam.
And you're using your email?
Yes.
Okay.
No. You have to log into our online platform.
Okay.
Search the exam.
So now you're a student.
So yes, you are seated in front of a question paper which is on the computer. So the thing is, how do I identify that it is Sonko doing the exam?
Okay, yes. And how
impersonation and so on. So we have got a check that as you authenticate your exam, we have your photograph, that is your photograph as a registered student. So when you come to sit your exam, our biometric system has got to identify you.
Whether that is Sonko.
And once it is not Sonko, the exam will not open. That's the first check.
Okay.
And then as you are doing the exam, we know that you could be maybe saying that you are going to be cheating the exam, looking here and so material and so on. Still, we monitor your movements because we know the exam paper, the question paper is in front of you. So we expect you to be having maybe the eyes moving from the screen to the keyboard to type.
Okay.
So that is the movement that is allowed. Moving else here and so on, we capture that. And so we shall warn you that please, you are getting out of the examination room because of the movement.
Malpractice.
Once you don't adhere to those warnings, the exam will lock you out.
Wait, you're supposed to remain in one position.
We want to see you in front. And by the way, we are monitoring it. We are seeing you. We are seeing you. Somewhere, somebody is seeing you. And once you do not be able to comply, the exam is going to close. After 3 so many attempts to warning you, the exam will close and it will submit itself.
But when you want something
yes,
like that.
just to add on what Doctor said, is that someone can still be doing an exam and maybe get information from Google or whatever browser and copy. Now, we do have what we call a plagiarism checker. A plagiarism checker is when we are marking the exam, is all our facilitators will use it and our system has it embedded in it. Now, what a plagiarism checker checks is for every word or for every letter that you've been able to get from Google or whatever, as long as you've gotten it from the open access and internet or whatever, it will be able to be gotten. And a report is captured. We normally tell our students that once we detect plagiarism in your work, there's a percentage that we give them. Once we detect plagiarism in your work, it automatically qualifies to 0. Now, considering all this, someone is already saying, I should now stick to my paper, I'm not going to cheat anymore. Now, besides that, the facilitator that is marking the paper will still get a report using our plagiarism checker, will tell us the amount of unique words that have been used by the student, the amount of words that has maybe been copied from elsewhere, and it will generate a report. Based on that report and percentage, we're able to know what words someone used uniquely and what words someone might have copied from somewhere. It gets it, you cannot survive. So once that happens, that's how we really get our students, and that is how they're able to adhere to.
Before even getting that plagiarism checker, once you are in the exam and this has opened, it will lock out everything on your screen, and only the exam will be open. So you can't browse to battlefield. You can't browse to any other window or so. It is just the exam in front of you and you.
Just like you can't apply a cheat code with the Squid Game, so I think it's the same situation here.
Once we are sure that the exam is secure, then the rest is okay. Because so that's why people have been disputing that when you are doing online exams, you are
Squid Games here.
Actually, it becomes easier to manage than a physical room exam.
Yeah.
Whereby you want exam,
you are sitting, you are moving around this direction, the students behind you are already
sharing the answer.
Here, it is you and the screen and the supervisor behind you looking at you.
So I think if you have your issues with online, it is becoming somehow hard. It's becoming hard. I had the 2 gentlemen from Nexus University as we're winding up. Your last assessment, gentlemen. Let me start from Dr. Abdallah. I come to Bertrand as we're winding up with the show.
Well, my assessment is that online education is actually the way to go. Technology is evolving. We are doing online education is now kind of here to stay with us. Okay? We used to have online classes, people starting sending distance education. Actually, it was called distance education then, where people could send materials via post and then the lecture notes and so on. But now, it is actually a live interactive environment that we can be able to get in, and we are in class together with the instructor and so on. So it is a way here to stay, and we are going to be making sure that we push this kind of gospel forward to all our students, our parents. We are going to engage government more to put regulation in favor of online education such that we can be able to have it as an alternative, because time has changed. Okay, students need, even it will reduce on the congestion in universities. You enter some universities where you have got a class of 1,000 students, where students do not. Actually, I had a colleague whom we studied with and said that I never joined a physical class. Okay. I never sat inside the lecture room. All the time I would find it was full. So I attended my 3 years at university from outside. But with online, you have the chance to be physically in class with your instructor.
All right, Bertrand, take us away as well.
Yes, with my assessment, like Dr. Abdallah was saying, I keep referring to him. It's all about the mindset. and people changing, because we are accredited as a university by the Uganda National Council for Higher Education, meaning our degrees are legit and the papers are legit, just like Makerere University or anything. But times have changed. That COVID times came and they really proved that online education, or us moving, not only education but business as well, people moving their businesses online, and this has reflected in our numbers. Our numbers, admission and application rates have increased. From 2019 to 2021, they've increased. We introduced our undergraduate program, the BBM. It picked up surprisingly, because now actually the young people, we thought the young people, the ones that are doing the undergraduate and coming in from high school, would be more rigid because they like more of the campus. But now they've embraced it. Our BBM program has picked up very, very quickly, and it's now one of our top programs. The program that just came up. So that is showing you that someone to have you as out, especially the senior 6 levels and people that are willing to join online education, people are jumping on this bus, and it's only you that is being left. That is all that I'll say.
Anything else?
Yes, lastly, the programs that the Nexus International University offers, we have quite different disciplines. We at the postgraduate rate, we have got business administration, MBA. We have got public health, that is the Masters of Public Health, and the postgraduate diploma in public health, health monitoring and evaluation. We have got a Masters in cybersecurity, Master of ICT for Development, Information Systems and Technology. So you see that most of the programs we have designed are programs that we are having inclined to technology applications, because most of these programs we have actually technology applications.
All right, if you look at the situation here as well, we are talking about shaping the standard of Uganda's education system. So you will be there saying you've been in first year for 2 years, when someone is already in third year now. The person you started with is already in third year, just because for you sat down and you're like, I can't do online. At the end of the day, you'll be celebrating a graduation party of the same person you finished high school with, and you will wonder how they finished. And then for you, surprisingly, the student you left in Form 3 will be joining you as well. So that is the sad part about the situation. And of course, with the conversation we've been having, I hope it has been helpful to any of you. Now, meanwhile, as we are breaking out, we're actually breaking off. This statement is coming in from KCCA, Kampala City Council Authority, going out to all the taxi operators at the old tax park. The KCCA wishes to inform the general public and other key stakeholders that the old tax park will not be reopened as it was scheduled today, on the 20th of October, as they are working with the tax leadership to constitute the management structure of the park, agree on the stage allocation, and to ensure adherence of the COVID-19 standard operating procedures, as a new opening date will be communicated, and once this is all completed, and they do apologize for the inconveniences caused. Remember, they are still also constructing a toilet here, and medical facilities as well that are going to be added onto the tax park. So if I told you a tax operator there, and you are already going downtown to start operating, and if you're also a vendor who has been if you are dealing with business and your center was the old tax park, you should not go there today, according to KCCA. So they will give you communication on when the tax park will be coming in. And thank you all for joining us. This has been Smart Main's Business. We drive the businesses from all angles. I'm Joram Posonko. Do remember to follow me up on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Joram Posonko. The website is www.smart24tv.com. And yes, remember, we were streaming live on Facebook. We're also streaming live on YouTube at Smart24TV Space Live. Remember to hit the subscription button, and we're out. Ciao, adios.